I mean, I guess that's the answer to the jiu-jitsu. You know, um,
Just turned, made eye contact, and I got nervous. I legitimately. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. The timing on that could not have been more perfect.
I'm coming for you. You better be ready.
Anyways, that's why I don't fuck dogs anymore. And we're live.
Bad, dude, I'm telling you, man. I've been trying to. Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
What's going on, man?
That's a way to fucking start it off. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
We're back with another, I guess
Episode of
we're a
Hammer's
little
Lounge.
late. We're a little late, but hey, man, it's better late than never, huh?
As long as it's not past Thursday, I'm good. You know, I really don't want to shoot anything past Thursday because then I feel like we're behind.
All right. Anyway, yeah. What is this? All right, we're back to our what? 13?
Yeah, Hammer Lounge,
13?
episode 14.
14.
14,
God, I need to catch
man.
up.
Yes, sir.
But better late than never. We're here, man. We're
Yes.
live. We're back at it.
Yeah,
Just
so
as promised.
a couple things we plan on talking about, you and me.
That's why I don't like noise. You got to tell me these things before you start out the show like that.
Yo,
I tried to roll with it too, but I was like, my brain was just like, I can't.
Yo, that's actually a play off of a YouTube video. I'll send you the reference so you'll get it. But no, yeah, Crown's in the chat says Kyle fucks dogs.
Dude, this is news to me too, man. I mean, dude, you have a wife. Look,
man.
if you have problems at home, talk to me.
Oh,
I hope
man.
it wasn't your little dog, you jerk.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Today's show, we're going to cover a couple topics. The main things are going to be Leon Edwards' eye poke. When the hell are we going to get new gloves in the UFC?
fuck that. No, we're back live at Florida, man, with actual people.
Yes, Dana White's
telling you,
announcement. We're going to talk about
telling
that
you.
tonight.
Okay.
COVID's over. We beat it.
Yeah, no, it's officially over.
COVID's
No,
over.
Florida hasn't given a shit this whole time, dude. Did you see the Super Bowl?
Yeah, man.
Florida has not given a fuck. But that's a very Florida thing. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And then we'll check everyone's temperature on this Jorge Masvidal Kamaru Usman rematch we have on the
I like the little segue
Verge.
there.
Yes, sir.
No, but seriously, let's start out with this. If anyone did see the Leon Edwards fight, I mean, there's been a call for new gloves for years now. I mean,
Right.
Michael Bisping has one fucking eye because of it, you know, and Vitor also kicked his eye out, but it was a combination. But no, I mean, other organizations already, you know, Bellator, we see them have the curved gloves. Pride back in the day always had the curved gloves. How many eye pokes did you see in Pride? You know,
Yeah.
didn't really see them as many as the the UFC, and it was never nearly as bad as, you know. I mean, you go back to Anthony Johnson, go back to that video, the guy's entire finger up until the actual glove was in Johnson's eye. We were actually talking about that earlier, Kevin Burns. So
Yeah, man.
I saw a thing online. A guy literally was like, he was like, a fighter is going to have to lose an eye for the UFC to change its gloves. And everyone was like, that already happened, you know? And yet, I don't know, man. I have no idea why they haven't changed it yet. I think it's because like the look, you know, UFC kind of wants to keep its brand. I don't know, man.
Now, okay, so this is what I thought right here. So while you were talking, I pulled up a clip that this reminds me of. And it was Rashad Evans showing Joe Rogan these gloves that were designed by Trevor Whitman.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
And these in the interview between him and Joe, they talks about it pushes the fingers down. It would severely reduce the amount of eye pokes that you get.
Yeah, it forces you to not much strength, but it forces you to use actual strength to open your hands up.
Yeah.
So the lazy just hands out there wouldn't really happen.
Well, the story
And
goes.
if a fighter's out there like John Jones, that's when you can actually, what do you think? Do you think going on forward, even without gloves, even without changed gloves, do you think, because they're saying, no more warnings. If you're out there with your hands out like that, that's automatically 1 point.
They'd have to enforce it a couple times. Like a couple fighters would have to be made examples of.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean. They'd have
Absolutely.
to be. They'd have to come out
for the other
super
fighters
strict.
to really.
They would probably have to ruin a UFC card, like have almost every other fight, a point deduction, and be like, oh shit, Well, to quickly play off what I was talking about, the Trevor Whitman, the story goes in this interview with Joe and Rashad Evans is that UFC wanted to buy the gloves, wanted to buy to the patent to the design, and Trevor Whitman was like, no, this is my creation.
See, that's the thing. Yeah. I feel like they just want to, monopolize it and kind of have their own style. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for any time you have to have a change, like a change of wind, there has to be like a drastic moment. Like a new manager comes into a job, fires like one of the people on the spot, and that everybody else kind of straightens up. Like, okay, this is what's going on. So you kind of have that, but then that comes into the problem with the refs not wanting to be bad guys.
Yeah.
The refs, so I forget who was talking. I think it was Darren Till, I want to say, was just interviewed. And I could be wrong, but the interview goes, they were upset about the DQ Aljamain Sterling, not what happened, but it was Herb, right? It was Herb Dean that was officiating, I want to say.
I think so.
But anyways, he was mad that
no, it was Steve.
Don't you say
Mazzagatti.
Fuck Mazzagatti.
No, it was fucking Mazzagatti. That's why it was bullshit. No, it was Steve Smith, something Smith.
Anyways, what was upset about it?
I remember who it was.
I hadn't thought about it, but it made sense. Was that the ref left it up to the doctor? You know what I mean? To go, and it was like, no. At some point, look at it like this: had Aljamain Sterling been kneed like that without penalty, he would have stopped the fight, right? That was a knockout.
Well, depending on because the thing is, when Sterling was kneed, he kind of knew that it was a foul. So these fighters that when they get hit with a foul and they know it is, they basically stop defending themselves.
How about this? Given his body language, that would have been a stoppage.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
it would have been a stoppage. Then why did it matter that his knee was down?
Because it's illegal. It's a legal shot.
Yeah, but here's the thing: just because it's illegal, the fight's over. He's been knocked out.
But it's an illegal shot. You can't at that point. You're rewarding the other fighter.
No, you're protecting the fighter. Your job is to protect the fighter. He can't defend himself.
Well, then stop the fight and still DQ him because you can't reward.
That's the exact thing. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. I was a little okay.
Instead of doing that,
he let the doctor come in.
He was like, let the doctor come in. He can see obviously the guy's done.
Yeah, but Sterling, he was fucked up. But he didn't trying to get up, wobbly. Yeah.
So he didn't want to take the heat. He didn't want to be the bad guy to stop via DQ. So he passed the buck on to someone else when that's your job.
I get it now.
And so the same thing could apply with this eye poking rule. Refs could easily become the bad guy, fucking up the flow of fights. You know, so it's a matter of which refs would step up and enforce it. You
did see that happen with Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens, the first fight. Stevens got a bad eye poke, and then it came down to the doctor, which ultimately called the fight.
Yeah, because the ref doesn't want to take that heat. These refs. I will say that is one thing. If there is one, like a lot of these refs,
the refs do have to go back to the car at the end of the night every night.
Yeah,
and there's thousands of fans that may not agree with his decision.
But that's what I'm saying is, so refs, that is, if there's one way you can criticize refs is in a lot of them show behaviors where they don't want to do something unpopular. They want to pass that responsibility onto someone else. When in a lot of cases,
thinking about it, it shouldn't even get to this point though. They should have changed these gloves a long time ago, man. I mean, Bellator, years ago, probably a good 5-6 years ago, probably more than that, came out with the gloves that were curved. You know, and Bellator, like it's like the guy that invented the fucking seatbelt. He invented it, and he was like, "Yo, anybody can use it." You know, and the UFC, like the one brand of car, there's like, "Fuck that, we don't need seatbelts," and people are flying through the fucking windshields to this day. Everyone's like, "Yo, get seatbelts," and UFC's like, "Yeah, we'll ignore you. All right, on to this next card." We have fans now.
Speaking of which,
I mean, I guess that's a good segue. You know, we could sit here and beat a dead horse about this glove things, but I don't know. To this day, I mean, the UFC's had plenty of time. We've seen countless fights ruined by eye pokes. Now I'm just like, you know, whatever. If they do it, you know, I'll be surprised. If they don't, I won't. You know, but anyway, on to this. We gotta go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Look, man, you know how many fights we've had ruined eye pokes. How many do you think we're gonna have ruined health?
I mean, now fights are getting ruined by knees to the head. I mean, you saw the Eric Anders fight.
Yeah,
the first fight of the main card, just the same exact scenario as Sterling. But the thing is that wasn't called a DQ, and DC and Bisping were actually kind of bickering playfully back and forth on the commentary. And it was funny because DC had his moment. Excuse me. DC had his moment because they were arguing whether the fight was going to be called a DQ or a no contest.
Right.
And DC was like, well, you know, it's like if they go by the same rules as boxing, if it doesn't go 4 rounds, it can't be a disqualification. It's ruled a no contest. And they were going back and forth about that. And ultimately, the fight was ruled a no contest because I think it was the second round.
Yeah.
And then later
I wasn't even aware of this rule.
I wasn't either. DC, you know, he taught me some knowledge that night. And the thing, it was hilarious because after the fight, somebody from the truck or whatever was telling him, he was like, yeah, the fight was basically everything that DC was talking about. So to hear DC to start laughing and, you know, be like, oh, hey, that's right. I told you that's right. And hearing Bisping, you know, just kind of put in its place, you know, and then just laughing and going back. It was a fun exchange. But I guess that's why it was called a no contest. But still, if you go back and look at the fight, it was the same scenario. I mean, it's not like the guy was playing the game, put his knee down right in time for his opponent's knee to come up. No, he had been camping out at that spot against the side of the fence for a minute. And that's why, you know, because he called it immediately.
Yeah.
You know, the knee landed. And I'm thinking, I was like, what was Eric Anders thinking? Not only is it obvious that this is against the rules, but it's like, dude, this shit just happened last week. You know, like, did you not watch that fight? But so
death comes in threes, man. So we'll probably get a third illegal knee.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're probably gonna get a fucking eye poking knee in this one too. But please, if I had to choose between this card and the 27th, please, just all the bad dumb shit happen on this card. Because the 27th, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, out of
27th,
out of all the illegal people, out of all the illegal things people can get caught with, you know what else you might get caught with lately, Kurt? COVID. Trying to find a segue. Man,
yeah, I mean, yeah, no, you're right.
Dana White announces
opening it up.
They're opening it up in Florida. Congrats, folks. COVID's over.
It's Florida. Of course it's Florida.
Yeah, we've made it to the other side.
COVID's over.
We're on the other side of this, everybody.
Literally no restrictions, right? Maximum capacity.
No, max capacity. I think they said it holds somewhere between like 15 to 18,000 people.
Yep. I'm telling you though.
No spacing, like, hey, no pods.
Go. I want them to go full bore though. I want Bruce Buffer.
So I heard they are diligently making sure that all the fans show proof that they've either gotten the vaccine or bought at least 3 P3 protein packs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Then P3 sponsored in part by UFC. Those things they're good for you. That's the COVID killers right there, man. No, they'll have just like I don't know. Do you think they'll have the little, like the little temperature wand things, putting against people's foreheads?
I think they'll
15,000 people.
I think they'll do the bare minimum. I think they'll enforce masks. Although they're going to fall apart in a heartbeat when you have thousands of drunk people.
Yeah, no. Yeah. What? We're not.
That's going to fall apart quickly.
Do you really think we're going to look into the UFC and see the crowd and everyone's wearing a mask? Fuck no.
They'll try. I think it's going to start like will this. Try their best. Production will try their best.
But it's going to start like this. Some people are going to come in with their masks. Yeah. But it's going to be just like the virus itself. Somebody's going to look and be like, well, he's not wearing a mask. Well, I guess I don't have to. And then no one's going to be wearing a mask.
Well, just no one's going to care.
Everyone's going to be fucking shit-faced, dude. Crowd back. I mean, for the crowd to come back, in Florida. I mean, Bruce Buffer, before he says we are live, he might as well come out like The Rock and just be like, finally, the UFC has come back to Florida. And as soon as it says Florida, everyone's going to lose their fucking mind.
No, they're going to rip their masks off. It's like in the moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've been waiting for a crowd to come back to. I'm tired of putting on crowd noise on YouTube while I'm watching UFC.
I told you, man, use Dragon Ball Z fight music, man. Why haven't you?
I forgot about that.
Man, you told me that.
I was a little intoxicated.
You're doing it wrong, man. Sounds you need Dragon Ball Z fight music. I don't
know why. I don't know why I never thought of that, because that sounds so much better. Like, especially between like some like flyweights or bantamweights or something.
I'm telling you.
Like, yo, this damn. Let's do it. No, it's a great idea.
How do you feel about it?
What about the crowds coming back?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not there. I don't have any risk getting it. I fucking love it. I miss the crowds. The crowds. I mean, that was one of the not biggest things, but man, when you're watching a big pay-per-view card, like a championship fight, one of the, somebody gets rocked, bam, you hear that crowd pop, just like in WWE.
Yeah.
The pop of the crowd and everyone losing it adds to, your excitement at home as well. Especially you got the surround sound going, you've had drinks in you, you're yelling along with the crowd. And that's kind of why I put on the fake crowd noise while I've been watching the UFCs at home. It's hearing, the fights, they've been quality. They've done great, because of COVID. But just a silent stadium, it's something is different about it. It takes away one of the biggest like excitement aspects of the game.
Yeah.
Like remember when Bigfoot, rocked Alistair and then just started teeing off on him? The crowd is literally bursting into flames. As was our living room, at that time. That's just it adds to the excitement. And I'm glad, they're letting crowds come back. I mean, fuck, dude. You see all these other things. You saw the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl was packed. Did you see a giant spike in numbers of COVID? No, it's like it never happened.
Well, from what I gather, now I'm not a professional at this, but from what I gather,
I'm the furthest away from professional. I probably sound like an idiot. Come to think of it, I'm talking about it from an entertainment aspect.
I do think there's enough time between the Super Bowl and now that if there was a spike,
if it was, you would attract Super Bowl. If it was like, say the Super Bowl happened and all of a sudden it was like, bam, completely like the worst decision ever.
Hold on one second, because I just had to get this in. Crown, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a segment to go through your tweets. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, man. I see all the stuff you're putting in there. I'll find a spot.
Yeah, I don't have any of the chat.
I'll find a spot to go ahead and acknowledge your tweets, buddy. So,
dude, I'm telling. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves a little segment, to be honest.
But anyways, keep going. We could have tracked a spike.
Yeah, because I mean, it was almost a great experiment to see what would happen. You saw the Super Bowl happened, thousands of people were there, and the outcome from it is like, it's like it almost never even happened. I didn't see anything significant, on the news. I didn't see like, because if cases would have spiked, especially around that area, the media would have been dragging
Yeah.
Maybe not the NFL, but just the whole event. They would have been
A
dragging that
lot
shit
of the
through the
news
dirt.
that is the basis of their news is
Yeah.
find where these cases are erupting
Hmm.
and what events are responsible for them.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I don't think ultimately it's a bad idea. I think the UFC did it right.
well,
Even with the stuff opening back up, the UFC still was sticking to the apex. They allowed two people in, and they looked like the furthest thing. I don't know if you saw, but there was two like winners or whatever to some contest, and it was this like white middle-aged couple that were just like some just like dad and a mother that looked like they'd never watched UFC in their lives, you know. But
mhm.
yeah, they had their own little . Seating, and they were like, yeah. So
They're gonna
other
do
than
the
that,
same thing with WrestleMania. WrestleMania is gonna be 2 nights, and
yeah.
they're operating at 25,000, just like the Super Bowl. It comes out to a
Ooh.
little under 40% capacity of Raymond
Oh,
James
so
Stadium.
they are limiting it.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait, how
they're
many
not
did you
going
say was
full.
40,000 or 40%?
That's a little under 40% capacity there.
And how many did you say?
25,000. It's the same as the Super Bowl.
That's a big stadium.
Yeah.
God
So,
damn, almost.
um, yeah. So, like I said, it's the
That's
same as
still
the
a
Super
lot
Bowl
of
numbers. They'll
people.
do it 2 nights
That's
in a
like, if
row.
you're gonna do that, why not do the whole thing? Why not let everybody?
Well,
Like
that's so.
it's still
Here's the thing.
25,000 people.
It's
You know?
complex, man. So one thing I've learned is a lot of these social media platforms have a lot more sway um,
Yeah, of
in the
course.
media and everything. And I'm not going to say it's complete, but I mean the reason there's a cancel culture out there, and like
Sorry, I was about to cut
Twitter
you off,
holds
but
a very big uh, uh, stake in a lot of stuff, along with other social medias as well. But I mean, ultimately, you don't want to come out looking like a complete dingus.
yeah,
You don't want to do, you
yeah,
don't
that's
want to
true.
fill a stadium up and then find out your company's responsible for a super spreader. No one wants,
Right? Yeah,
yeah, no
right.
one wants that. I mean, there are still people to this day that want everything still locked down, want
Yeah.
businesses
Oh,
shut
yeah.
down.
Absolutely.
They're living their lives like they want to stay indoors and until like I'm assuming COVID is almost 100% eviscerated. I don't know exact numbers these
Yeah.
people expect to hit, but they're like, no, we shouldn't be doing anything. See, I'm on the opposite side of camp. I like to think that adults have the opportunity to educate themselves and take the precautions that they want to take.
Yeah.
If you want
Fair
to stay
enough.
indoors, if you want to double mask it, I'm not against wearing a mask. I wear one. But I mean, if you want to double mask it, stay indoors, only go outside for the essentials, and live in a cave until some higher power tells you it's okay to come outside. That's your prerogative. But I don't believe that you should have the authority, or any adult should have the authority to tell what other grown adults are allowed to do and not do as far as taking their risks go. And that goes for a
Preach,
lot of stuff.
preach, man, preach. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I 100% agree. You
So
know.
at this point, we've been in a pandemic for a year.
Yeah,
Officially a year.
a fucking year, dude.
And at this point, most Americans are aware of what they're getting themselves into. I know there's still plenty of people out there that unfortunately nobody close to them has died from this, so they still believe it's a hoax until it's their own mom
Yeah.
or their own sister or cousin. Until that direct relative dies, they don't give a shit. I've met those people, but most of us
Yeah.
have the understanding, like, yeah, there's something going on out there, and there are certain precautions that we should take, and it's up to me to go ahead and take them. But it doesn't mean like if I feel like it's safe to go out to an event, that I shouldn't be allowed to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with them opening it up. I believe,
Yeah. Preach. No,
live
no,
your
I
life
agree.
at your own risk, man.
Exactly. That's what life's about, man.
Yeah.
So I think the UFC, they did it right. They closed down for a while. They took every precaution. You know, but
I mean, fuck,
I'm
their
glad.
announce team, who all passes COVID tests, aren't allowed to sit next to each other.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
they cut interviews remotely, even
Yeah.
though all parties have been cleared of COVID.
Yeah.
They're still doing these things to keep up the aesthetic, to still spread the message to be safe.
Yeah,
Even though they could be standing next to each other, no mess. They're still keeping up.
Florida's gonna be wild, dude.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm gonna find it fucking stupid though if you're operating at full capacity and your announce team is still spread out and you're still doing the remote interviews.
Yeah, no,
like bro,
no, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Chug a beer and spit it on top of somebody else. Okay.
I just saw a guy chug a beer and spit it like Triple H into the fucking crowd. All right, you telling me you fucking can't sit next to Joe?
Do a fucking interview. All right.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And I want to see the full crew too, man. I want to see I think my favorite commentary team is Joe, DC, and John Anik.
Yeah.
And Joe's been absent for a while, man.
Fuck, I love Bisping, man.
Yeah, I like
Dude,
Bisping too. Bisping and DC when they get together. But ultimately, DC, he's growing on me, man. I like him as a commentator. He's fun.
Yeah,
he's fun. But
he's been a big talking point in the fanless arenas for giving out so much free advice to fighters.
I remember the fight with Greg Hardy.
Yeah.
After the fight, they were like, "So, Greg, what did you do to change up? We saw you change up your game plan and all that, blah, blah, blah." He was like, "Honestly, I heard DC basically saying what I should do, and I just did it. And I won the fight." DC's probably sitting like, weird. "Oh, fuck." It's like, "Oh, fuck. Is that allowed?" Because there's definitely points you hear the ref, you say like, "Hey, no coaching from his own coaching staff." Like during eye pokes and stuff. So there's got to be a rule, like you can only be coached like specifically by your own corner.
How's that enforced though?
I know, right?
How's
You've got 1,000 people
you have a
in the
commentator
crowd yelling out knee
who's trying to educate the crowd on what they are seeing, and what good strategy and bad strategy are. Why is it the commentators' fault?
Yeah, because that's not like Herb could go over to DC and be like, "DC, hey, shut the fuck up." DC's like, "Yo, this is literally my job.
Yeah,
like I'm literally doing my job."
What do you expect, man? Your only option at that point is put them in a fucking booth. That's the only option.
You know what? I'm surprised because of how strict they had it. I'm surprised they weren't in another part of the building just watching on a monitor. You know. Because they had I remember basketball was doing that. I remember it showed this announcer was literally announcing the game from his living room.
Yeah, NXT has done that too.
Yeah,
they've had commentators commentate from home before. Whenever like during certain periods of like the WWE and everything, they have their staffing is a little bit better now, but there was a period where it was like bare bones. And sometimes they couldn't travel.
Man,
I
remember when COVID first hit, and then like I remember seeing little videos of like even WWE, the biggest one. It was, oh my god, it was sad because I remember just
so jarring.
I remember seeing a video of Stone Cold out there, just like
that was the worst.
What? Silence, fucking silence.
The camera literally
what?
Cut. No, but the camera was in on the
like
joke.
It was hard to watch.
They tried to make it funny because the camera would cut to the empty chairs. Like
oh no,
yeah.
And then I remember, then they would like sprinkle some, other wrestlers out there, just like what do I do? Just fucking pump your fist in the air like an NPC for 30 minutes.
They had Byron Saxton, who's essentially the Steve Urkel of the commentary team, come out and be the butt of the joke and eat a stunner. Stone Cold accidentally kicked him square in the dick.
Nice.
You can go back and check it out, man. He got kicked in the dick.
I mean, when times get rough, dude, you got to resort to desperate measures, dude.
But yeah, man. I'm so got this full capacity. Let me find out.
It's funny because we've had empty crowds in the UFC for so long now. It feels like seeing the crowd there, it's almost like it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be
nice though, man.
It's gonna
really feel like we're back.
There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna use it.
I can't wait.
There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna use it as a source of like hate and anger. There's gonna be people who don't watch the sport, don't watch the UFC, nothing. They're just gonna be like this Dana guy, this Dana Whitey guy.
Doesn't care,
putting everybody's lives at risk and stuff like that. So its full crowd returns to UFC 261 for
April
Usman
27th.
Masvidal 2. It's taking
So
place. A full crowd is 15,000 fans.
Yeah.
So 10,000 less than the Super Bowl. To put that in perspective. However, the Super Bowl had pods and separation. These people are going to be like cocked to ass.
Dude, drunk. Just.
Yeah. Dude,
No, I guess
we're back.
I guess that's a good segue too, though. What do you think of Masvidal and Usman? Because their first fight, I mean, yeah, everyone says Masvidal didn't have a full training camp, but judging their first fight, unless Masvidal tags him and tees off on him,
yeah,
and doesn't get taken down, because let's be honest, Usman is 4 times the wrestler than Masvidal is.
Right.
I don't really see this fight going much different, even with a full training camp. I honestly think it was just the biggest and fastest title fight that they could put together for the 27th. Because they're doing the heavyweight next week, or the week, basically next week. They just did Izzy, which I think they probably should have replaced that one.
Yeah.
They should have replaced Izzy and Usman, their defenses. I think Izzy would have, created a way bigger atmosphere. I really think he's a way bigger draw, especially the champion versus champion fight. Yeah, I really think they should have held off to the 27th when they opened it back up for fans, because that just would have made the atmosphere like a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
For which fight?
They're remember Adesanya. Israel Adesanya. I call him Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy versus
Yan
Blachowicz.
Yeah, because the champion versus champion fight.
I don't know, man. I don't know if
imagine that was
champ versus champ fight. I feel like that one, there wasn't as much excitement for it.
Yeah, definitely comparing it to other champ versus champ fights, that was one of like the lowest. Like it's like, But I think honestly that comes from Yan being the light heavyweight champ. We discussed this before. He's just not that marketable of a fighter,
He's just.
But I think just the soul aspect.
He's sitting on someone else's throne, essentially, is what a lot of people think.
Basically, I mean, let's be honest. If Jones was still light heavyweight, he'd still be the champion.
But that brings me to this next segment, Crown's Corner, where we just read off Crown's chat.
All right, we're officially breaking it in. All right,
why not?
Crown's Corner. Congratulations, man.
So if you guys aren't familiar with this, Crown Royal just spams us with matchups, usually pertaining. But
he's here every time. Every time, I love it, and he's been there for the after parties too. Parties, and it's always we got to fill him in a little bit. He discusses. He has some great ideas for potential. We call them dream matchups that never happened, but like, hey, it's fun to imaginate things,
So,
and the thing is, 99.9% of it, one half of the fighters, it's Dan Severn. So it actually, you know what? It makes for good material, though.
Well, let's read some of his chats. He says, first chat he starts us off with tonight, Hammer kind of reminds me of a grown-sized hornswoggle. That's actually pretty good, man.
Dude, I just dapped you up so much.
Just I was like, man, wait till he hears this shit.
Immediately crushed.
Have a YouTube Hammers Lounge reacts. That's a very good idea, man. Kurt and I might shoot a couple videos while he's here that we can sprinkle in on YouTube for a bit.
Absolutely. We'll just take like 4 or 5 hours and just shoot like a year's worth of material.
He's eating a mango like an apple. That's okay.
I am?
No, he is.
Okay. I mean, all right.
He says
mangoes are the shit.
Crow Cop versus Francis Ngannou, because we have to see who will fight Dan Severn in the finals. Spoiler, it's gonna be Ngannou.
No, well, what Crow Cop? All right.
Yeah, you can't be
talking about like
Crow Cop.
No, oh god, yeah, no. He's still training though. You know that? You see that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot
He's
of those
still
guys, they have to
training.
stay in shape. Like they can't just quit.
He's still training like he's fighting though. It's crazy.
Gandalf,
He's jacked though. It's weird.
Gandalf
I think 2004 Crow
5588.
Cop
Hold
takes
on.
Ngannou all day.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, he's
Gandalf
gonna.
5588939 says, "Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on something.
Oh,
Bigfollows.com."
go fuck yourself.
That's exactly what Crown said. Gandalf, fuck you.
Thank
Says
you.
Kyle is the CM Punk of this chat. Me going on my COVID rant there. He says, Gandalf, you're fired. Or excuse me, Gandalf, you're fired.
You're third.
And then Crown says, I'm back with hot wings. All right. Almost no Dan Severn shit in there, actually. Except for the winner of Crow Cop and Ngannou.
I'm going to be thinking about all that. I'm going to think about that all night. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, is it the beard?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'll pull up a picture of Hornswoggle really quick.
Fucking Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle with a beard. Hold on.
That hurt. God, dude, that was a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that was a fucking good one.
Well, let me see. He said Swoggle. Swoggle is post WWE's Hornswoggle. Swoggle's what he goes by.
What's the difference?
Post WWE.
So he's not like a I was thinking of like the Leprechaun guy.
No. So he does like parody stuff now too. Like he came out as recently he came out as a version of AJ Styles. I can't remember exactly what it was called, like what it was, but here we go. Hey, do me a favor. Make make a face like trying to think. How would I describe this face he's making? Oh, like he's about to scream because he just caught like his parents having sex. Larger, like. Hold on. Wait,
Why
is this not working? Hold on, sorry.
You mean like the Home Alone? Like
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I know why it's not working. Ah, damn it. Anyways, fuck. I found a picture, but it's in the wrong format. So I have to convert it to the right format.
Oh god.
You think it takes forever, right? That's because it does.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's an eternity right now. There it is. I got it. I fixed it. Okay, hold on. Ready? Yeah. Home Alone, panic scream, just no hands on the face.
Okay. When?
Now.
Right now?
Oh, dude, I totally see it.
Damn it.
Yo.
All right. I'll roll with it.
Oh, let me just notate.
I have thick skin, I guess.
Let me just notate 37 minutes into the show so I can clip that shit. Oh my god. There we go.
Going off the rails, yeah.
All right, yeah, that was stupid.
I mean, I'm not too much taller than him. I'm only 5'10". Who do you think is going to win between Miocic and Ngannou?
God, dude, that's a fucking.
You think Miocic can box him up again, or do you think Ngannou will actually catch him flush?
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely believe that Miocic has the tools to win. If
you look at the first fight, Ngannou came out. You know how fucking scary it probably was for Miocic the first fight.
Yeah,
because Ngannou, you watched that first round again. Ngannou came out guns blazing.
Yeah,
I mean, just
same thing's gonna happen.
Haymakers, dude.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Has Ngannou made?
He's gonna be trying to put him out, but I don't think he's gonna put out the work rate that he did in the first.
Yeah,
because ultimately he gassed.
So it's always tricky with these rematches because you say to the loser, have they made the necessary adjustments? But then in the same aspect, these are professionals. The winner of the fight is also knowing the loser's going to make adjustments. It was kind of like a game of chess. Is Ngannou has to think about a strategy to, take out Stipe, and Stipe has the challenge of, trying to predict the strategy that Ngannou's going to place.
Now, the thing is, though, is other fighters were like, it's like, okay, that guy's ready for a rematch. In Ngannou's case, he hasn't really shown that. I mean, yeah, he's gone out there and against oh my God, it's a
Rosenstrike.
Rosenstrike, thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of those. It was a crazy name, but Rosenstrike. I mean, he did basically the same thing he tried to against Miocic, but it just worked. You know, if I would have seen Ngannou, you know, box someone up for 5 rounds straight and keep a good gas tank, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, he's ready for a rematch. But everything we've seen from Ngannou since his loss of Miocic, it just kind of shows like, all right, he's still Ngannou. You know, he still has power like a truck. You know, but
he's had a lot of time to think about what he did wrong in that fight, though.
He has.
He's had a lot of time.
But
and not
comparison
to mention
of
that,
time
he's got
thought
the people
between
around
time
him.
fought.
He has the people around him too, though. His coaches, the people that he listens to.
That is true, but it's like physically, I don't know if Ngannou can go more than 3 rounds. Yeah. You know, the build that he has, dude, he is a 2-round fighter.
Just one shot, though, man. God,
that's the thing. And you look at Miocic too in that first fight. You can tell his coaches were like, "Look, dude, just don't let him hit you.
Get out of there.
Get out of the fucking way, dude." And Miocic was, dude. He was.
Run.
Oh my God, because I mean, God, like I said, that was probably some of the scariest shit Miocic has dealt with this in his life. And that guy's a fucking firefighter.
What's the rules on attacking someone's knee?
There is none. You're allowed to shred someone's knee, and if they don't tap out, well, shit luck for them.
Yeah.
Look at Paul Harris.
Do you think Ngannou would want to play a top game on the ground?
No, that would just tire him out even quicker, dude.
If I was Stipe, I'd run full board at him and then just do like a low drop kick to the kneecaps. Just to the lead knee.
Fuck that. No, just spear him in the knee.
Yeah, whatever you got it.
Like
no, I wouldn't go head first. I wouldn't go head first.
Uppercuts.
Curtis Blades doesn't. Curtis Blades ain't trying to go head first.
Jesus. Oh my God. You know what's funny though is I think Lewis beats Ngannou. He has so much more.
He did already.
He has so much. I mean,
in like the world's worst like heavyweight fight.
But. I mean, Jesus, what a! Oh my God, you go back and watch that card, and the announcers are literally just foaming at the mouth, like, "Oh, we cannot wait for this fight. This is the biggest fight ever." Blah blah blah. Get ready, folks. This is gonna be the best thing ever. And then just it was the.
Did you hear the story on how that came? Like, why the fight turned out the way it did?
I think I remember reading something a couple years ago, but I can't quite remember.
So coming from both sides, so Ngannou came out and said that mentally he was still beaten from the Stipe fight.
Yeah,
because he gassed. And
it's
a terrifying feeling.
I believe it, man.
You hear fighters say it. Chael Sonnen, I love how Chael Sonnen puts it, but he's like, it's the most terrifying thing for a fighter to incur is to be gassed, you know. And then Lewis came out and said, kind of the same issue that he had with Curtis Blades was that he felt like his testosterone was low, and that he couldn't get out of first gear. So you had a man that was too scared to pull the trigger, and another man that didn't have the energy to pull the trigger. Yeah. And so that was kind of the story for both guys. One guy couldn't get out the gate and the other man was too scared.
I'd like to see him run it back.
Yeah.
I think really though, if Ngannou
loses, I think that's the fight you do.
I was about to say, I think for either loser of the fight, I think they fight Derek Lewis.
For number 1 contender shot.
Yeah, because the way that Lewis just took out Blades, Curtis Blades is no joke, dude.
And Overeem's off the table now, so.
Yeah, right. God, what a fight that would have been.
I would have loved that fight.
Overeem and Lewis would have been a great fight.
For a company that loves to make money. You left it on the table there, man.
Yeah. I wonder why, because, I mean, he's taking his losses, but he was literally 2-1 out of his last 3 fights against top contenders.
Yeah.
You know?
Crown says Lewis versus Dan Severn.
Oh, poor Lewis.
Lewis is going gas on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't suplex City him, but he'd get that. He'd probably get that body lock. The double underhook.
Get that trip.
Yeah, it'd be sloppy, but he'd just put him right down.
Yeah, Luke's have a hard time on the ground, man. Prime Dan.
Or he German suplexes him, and we all lose our fucking minds. Like, to throw him in of that size in a German suplex, the ring would fucking bounce. You see Herb Dean get fucking double jumped like a trampoline.
Oh shit. What do you think of Masvidal getting a rematch against Kamaru
That's
Usman?
immediate too. Right? Masvidal hasn't fought since then.
Exactly. Yeah, he's coming off of his
That's interesting.
his loss.
I feel like they're trying to make. I feel like it's a money fight, but it's not though. They're trying to make a money fight, but it's like nobody really wants to see it.
It's the last dip in the Masvidal well.
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're right. That's actually a good point. Yeah, because
if Masvidal loses,
after that knockout with Till and Askren, oh my god, setting up the baddest motherfucker fight. They had The Rock, dude. The fight was so big with him and Diaz. They had the fucking Rock.
He knocked out Till and then Askren.
Yeah, and then he fought Diaz for the baddest motherfucker title,
BMF
which was just completely made up.
Ain't that fucking stupid? It's not the first time UFC's done that though, right?
No, I know.
Yeah, they've made
it was the first
before.
time for something though. It was first time for something though. Joe Rogan, I remember on that card, did drop the F-bomb. But they did it in a douchey way because they were saying like bad MF, and they were like, oh, later tonight we'll hear if Joe actually says it, and then they laugh. And then when they were introing it, Joe, he was like, yeah, when I think Diaz was walking in, he's like, yeah, we're about to see who the baddest motherfucker is, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'll admit, I'll be like, oh, he said it.
Why didn't you get a soundbite from Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, I know, right? Why wasn't Samuel Jackson the guy in place of The Rock? Because they had The Rock come in and to present the belt. Oh, well,
that's cross promotion though, because Ross has The Rock is, I think he's still making the movie where what's his name? He portrays
Mark Kerr.
Yeah. So it was a cross promotional thing because The Rock's making a.
It's funny. It's funny though because I had never before seen The Rock that uncomfortable. You could tell like he was trying to put on the man Rock's
doesn't persona. Like to get booed.
Dude, he felt uncomfortable, dude.
He doesn't like to get booed, man.
You could see it.
Yeah, same thing happened at
that and he just looked like he felt out of place. You know what I mean?
Well, I think he would have been fine had the fight gone through and not stopped in a way that pissed off the entire crowd.
Yeah.
Part of being an entertainer is you read a room, and one thing
you're going to stop a fight due to cuts because Diaz. It's like you slap Diaz and he's caught wide open. I mean, come on.
But I mean,
that adds to Diaz's, what's the thing? Just his, character.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodied up Diaz, screaming in the camera after he just choked out McGregor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. One of the baddest fucking moments of all time. Like in a good one.
It's a replay that they love to roll.
Oh my God.
But no, like I was saying, The Rock, man, he does not like to get booed if it's not him trying to get booed.
Yeah, if it's like for real, yeah.
Yeah, go back and watch the ending to the 2016 Royal Rumble. That was oh man, so the short I'll give you the short story. So Roman Reigns is like the guy, right, in WWE, but you can
still
no at the time.
Well, at the time.
I was
about to say,
dude, actually still
shoving Roman Reigns down the people's throats for years now.
Yeah, that was the thing is the crowd was tired of the top brass shoving him down their throats. The crowd didn't hype Roman up to that spot. You could tell like management did. So they came up with this idea for Roman to win the Rumble, but they knew the crowd wouldn't like it. So they were just like, well, who does the crowd love? Like The Rock. So we'll have The Rock come out and give Roman an endorsement. He'll come out and cheer for Roman. Dude, the look on Rock's face when he's out there doing his thing, and then because he comes out and the crowd cheers The Rock, obviously. But then when he like raises Roman's hand, it was like here. like the crowd starts booing, and you just see the moment in The Rock's face that he was not expecting it, and he's just like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. It's like,
yeah, man.
I'm The Rock.
Oh, dude, it was so funny. It was, you could see it, man. Yeah, The Rock genuinely does not. He's not used to it, man. Everyone loves The Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I've never seen a crowd that didn't pop when The Rock's music hit.
Man. Everybody loves The Rock. The fucking hardest working man in goddamn Hollywood, and he's our future president. Jesus.
Yeah.
But you cool with Masvidal getting this rematch?
I don't agree, but then again, who else really deserves that match? I mean, if we look over the welterweight rankings right now, I mean, I don't think has Maya fought since Burns knocked him out?
I don't think so.
I don't
Damian
think he
Maya's
has.
done, bro. He's done.
Oh, dude, no. Damian Maya's been doing some Glover Teixeira shit. I mean, he's had some hard losses.
The crowd is passing him by.
No, dude, but since Maya dropped down to 170, I mean, he's a killer. Look at his record at 170, dude. He's taken the biggest names at 170 and just mauled them.
Yeah.
You know? So it's hard not to throw him in there in the top 5. I'm pretty sure he's, I think, ranked number 4 at the worst.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, man, I don't see, because nowadays, let's be honest, it's a combination of do you deserve it and okay, let's talk about your actual appeal.
That hurts, man. Robbie Lawler's listed as 15th.
Damn.
Yeah, he's one fight away from being unranked.
Damn. Yeah. I did not know it got that bad.
Yeah. So I just watched a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast. Apparently they're trying to get Leon Edwards to fight Colby Covington for a number 1 contender spot since Usman's going to be wrapped up with Masvidal.
Yeah, because other than the Masvidal fight, Covington, you know, he's a good fighter, man.
And he draws money. I mean,
yeah. Well, he draws money, and you know, he's actually backs it up. You know what I mean? Leon Edwards. I mean, I've never really been a fan of him. He's a decent fighter, but he's like Jan Blachowicz.
Yeah,
he just doesn't have that draw. I mean, the biggest thing that the biggest story that you know he was a part of is when Masvidal put the 3-piece on him backstage.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's not one of those polarizing fighters.
Man. He was like, I don't think it's going to be long before the crowd appreciates you and knows who you are. And,
well, he's definitely gonna, because Bilal Muhammad was ranked 13, dude.
Yeah,
he fought a number 13th ranked fighter.
It was short notice though.
No contest with a poke in the eye.
Yeah,
he's got to for one.
Well, that's why you put him against Colby Covington, and depending where you do that fight, that fight, people are going to cheer the shit for Leon Edwards. Just don't hold that fight.
As long as you do it in England, as long as you do it overseas, they're gonna.
I think there's some parts of the states. I think there's some
from England, dude.
Anywhere down south, they're gonna cheer the shit out of Colby, though.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Any red state, they're gonna cheer Colby.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
So that's what they do. They either do it in the south or do it in overseas.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
it's really man. Depending on who they want hyped up.
Go to New York. Which we ain't gonna get a live crowd in New York for a long time.
Oh fuck no! Fuck no! It was hard enough just to get in there when crowds were allowed.
Yeah,
but no, I think Florida is gonna be the new home of the UFC for a little while because Florida doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, Florida definitely is.
Yeah,
they're gonna. That's
why they're pretty far away from us. You know.
Yeah, so that's why
it's cold as shit up here. No one's gonna come up from Florida, at least for me.
Well, I think there's a place in Texas because Texas obviously lifted the mask ban, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can go anywhere without masks because businesses can still have their own standards, you know?
Yeah. Businesses have the right to, you know.
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
But sporting events, I forget who it is, but I want to say it was Texas, but I could be wrong. But I know there's like a baseball team that's getting ready to play, and they're going to have full capacity as well.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it? The Texas Areolas or something? Oreos? It's something like, dude.
I don't
It's
know,
something
man.
like that.
I don't know. I could be very wrong. I don't follow baseball. I just remember.
I see. I don't either, but you know, it's
Um,
like it's something that's close to Oreos or areolas. I'm not lying. Look it up.
yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Anyways,
fuck baseball and Mazzagatti.
fuck you, Mazzagatti.
I had to fit that in at least once during this podcast.
Yes, sir.
If you're listening, fuck you, Mazzagatti, and your over dramatic stoppages and your mustache.
Oh my god,
smug look on your face.
Oh man.
He had that look like, you know, it's like, and your referee, Steve Mazzagatti. And he knew the camera would be on him. And he had that look on his face like, yeah, you're goddamn right. It's me. I hope somebody gets knocked out because I'm going to do my flying hand waving stoppage. It's going to look so cool. Sometimes he did. I'm not going to lie. He was on point in some of those. It looked fun. It was exciting. But then, like, this guy gets tapped. You know, he's like about to get up and Mazzagatti flying elbows him in the face and lays on him like, oh my god, it's over, I'm your hero, don't you worry. I think he's fucking Batman. Fuck you.
Why
do I have this personal vendetta against Mazzagatti? I don't know, but it's fun. It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Fucking mustache.
Who is it? Fuck, I'm not even gonna bother pulling it up.
Mark Smith, that's the guy's name, I think.
No, I was talking about who's the English referee.
Oh my god, fucking I hate that guy with the tattoos. Mark Goddard.
Yeah, Mark Goddard just did an interview for
God, I hate that guy.
I think MMA on Point.
Yep.
The interview was good, man.
Yeah, was it?
Well, the basis of the interview was he answers some of the biggest internet myths about refereeing.
Yeah.
So common misconceptions and common like thoughts about.
Let me be fair too. A little disclaimer: it is not easy being a ref. I'm never gonna say it is. Being a ref of a fight is one of the, you know, it's a hard job, man. It's not easy. So, but still, fuck you, Mazzagatti.
It was good though. It was good. Yeah, man.
I've never really
like 10 minutes long.
Never really heard the guy like actually talk, but his refereeing and just the way he composes himself, I don't like the guy. No,
he gets to me. He's like, he tries to get in there and like send this message to the fighters, like, if you fuck up, I can kick your ass.
Yeah, right. You know? Like, all right, Mr. Slickback.
He's the one who restrained Paul Daly, right?
No, that was Dan Mergliata.
Oh, okay.
That was fun to watch
another
too.
Big white guy.
That was fun. That was fun to watch too because yeah, Paul Daly, you know, clocked cost check afterwards, and you saw Dan put Daly against the cage, and then Daly didn't do anything. He never even was like tried to get away, but then Dan literally took him off the cage, pulled him in a circle, and then put him back against the cage, kind of like don't you fucking move. You know what I mean? Fun fact, Dan Mergliata was the guy that, you remember that old school boxing video where the ref straight up choke slammed that one guy during like it was like an amateur boxing fight?
Yeah.
Straight up literally picked him up in the air in like a real life choke slam. That was Dan. That was Dan in his early days, dude.
Yeah, that strikes me. Yeah, now I think about it, it does look like
Yep, that was Dan. He was back when he was young and skinny. Now he's just a big motherfucker. I mean, shit. This is the reason why he's a referee. No, fuck that. You get a guy like Mario Yamasaki refereeing what, like Ngannou?
Yeah.
You know, and say like Curtis Blades or something. No. You kidding me? You're getting a second grader to break up this fucking high school fight, dude. You need someone like Dan or Herb in there, you know.
You need a
Herb,
big,
at least they're
beefy
gonna
ref.
respect him.
Yeah.
I
wonder how they determine who refs what fights.
They don't. They had Kim Winslow refereeing a freaking heavyweight fight one time. It's like, dude, she's not like, you need a referee in there that's like physically. The purpose of a referee, one of them is like if one fighter goes crazy, which we've seen fighters do.
Yeah.
That ref needs to physically be able to like subdue the, you know, the opposing fighter. So I don't know, man. I think they're just like, all right, you're gonna have this, you know, you're gonna have that, you know.
Well, I
But I don't
did.
know.
I did learn in that video that if a ref say gets a fight picked and it's like say somebody at like his gym, like he's reffing somebody that could be perceived as like a friend or an acquaintance of his, the ref, it's the way it should be done is they'll go up and say, "Hey, I can't do this. There's a conflict of interest."
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because one of the misconceptions is referees have a
you
bias in a fight.
Your friend that's a ref, your best friend, you're gonna fucking clock the guy once, one good time. There, it's like, oh no, it's over. Congratulations, dude, you fucking did it.
Well, see, that's the thing is like that's a career killer.
Yeah,
you can't like one time.
God.
That's your career.
We've seen some fights though where it's like, like the guy literally is defending himself. He's getting up. We've seen some bad stoppages.
Yeah.
But whether or not they knew each other, I don't know. But I've seen some stoppages where I was like, wow, like the guy literally was good. I mean, yeah, the guy fucking clocked him, but if he's literally getting up, while defending himself, he's textbook defending himself.
Yeah.
But
Harry Hunt.
Like I said, refereeing is not easy, man. Everything happens in a split second,
Yeah, it's true, man. All right, man. That's a good show tonight. That's good for tonight.
I agree, man. This is a good one. I feel like it's a good point to stop at. Can't wait for April 27th. We only talked about the crowds, but we'll get in on those fights. We got a month.
Yeah, next episode we'll go ahead and talk more about that upcoming card.
Yes.
Next show is the official punishment. Kurt has to call our mom and describe his first sexual encounter.
Bro, no, all right. No.
Yep.
Oh my god.
We had all week.
Can we do a double or nothing?
Double or nothing? Heck no.
I'll get my parents on video call and put them on the Zoom meeting. Like, hey, can you guys be guests? Look, fuck it. I'll double down.
No.
Oh, I can't do it.
Yep. It's going to be
Maybe
fun.
to Dawn. No, because then Dawn would just make fun of me.
Yeah, they got to do it with mom. Call her up. She's half asleep. What is it, baby? So, mom, I was out.
Remember when I was at my friend's house when I was 13?
You have to you don't even describe as you're telling a past story. Just start walking your way through the memory like it's happening in the present. So I went out.
I didn't agree to this. Mom, I pleaded my listeners. I pleaded you guys. My mother's a nice lady.
Yeah,
you guys are dicks.
Yeah, they were pretty bad, man. It wasn't even close.
I know it wouldn't be. I know it wasn't even going to be fucking close.
Well, you have a week to shower mom in gifts before you break her spirits.
Dude, it's Mother's Day pretty soon. When is Mother's Day?
Sometime in May. Sometime in May. You have over a month to make up for it. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for listening.
Thanks, you fucking assholes.
We'll catch you next Tuesday. If not Tuesday, then Thursday.
No, seriously, I love you guys. Oh my god, no, fuck you guys. Fuck you, whatever. Come hang out Tuesday, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Oh man, y'all have a good one.
Later.
Fuck! I guess that's the answer to the jiu-jitsu.
Just turned, made eye contact, and I got nervous. I legitimately perfect.
I'm coming for you. You better be ready.